Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let's chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता as it is की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. Are you hearing background music? Or you don't hear anything?
Yes, well, but very low sound. Not
Very
much.
low. Okay, not much. That's good. Because for me, it's pretty loud. Today is Saraswati Puja and Vasanta Panchami. So it's a festival. So they do a 3-day festival for Saraswati Puja, and it's right like in front of our house. So there's loudspeaker throughout the day. Yes, Saujanya Mataji.
I wanted to know if I can read first.
Yes, Mataji. Yes. So let's start with Bhagavad Gita. I just wanted to check if you're hearing the sound and if it's disturbing. So let's start.
It's not. It's just slightly on the background, but it's okay.
Okay. So we're reciting from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 13, text 3. Okay, Saujanya Mataji, you can start.
क्षेत्रज्ञं चपिमां विधि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत् तत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That's my opinion.
Hare Krishna. Okay, anyone else needs to go first? So we'll just go in order. Aditi Lata Mataji and Arunita. Not ready. Inba Jai Shri Mataji, Jai Ganesh Babu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
क्षेत्रज्ञां चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. Translation: O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
Yes. Nia.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
Prabhuji and Mataji are there.
No, Mataji.
Isha.
क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
Krishna Ashish.
क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
Madhava.
क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
Rasapriya.
क्षेत्रज्ञानं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
Yeah. Aditi Lata Mataji and Arunita. You're raising your hand. Okay, I'll go to the next person.
Hare
Sonia
Krishna,
Mat.
Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata kshetrajnayor jnanam yattaj gyatmanam matam mama. O Scion of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion. Hare Krishna. Mataji, Arunita will read at last.
Okay. Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तज्ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. This is my opinion. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Neelambari Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila.
क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि क्षेत्रेषु भारत ज्ञानं यत् तज्ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तज्ज्ञानं मतं मम. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
Yeah. So did anyone? Arunita. Everyone else is done. Okay, I'll read. Bhagavad Gita chapter 13 text 3. क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तज्ज्ञानं मतिर्मम. O sign of Bharata, you should know that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand the body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion. Arunita. Anyone else? Okay. So we'll read Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 19. So we started reading about Bharat Maharaj, a descendant of Maharaj Puru. 20. I'm sorry, it's chapter 20, not 19. Chapter 20. So we, beginning with Maharaj Puru, we went down the various kings coming in the line. So then finally we came to Kanva Muni, and then also about Dushmanta. So actually we didn't read about Bharat Maharaj yet. We read about Dushmanta, King Dushmanta. So then we read that So who's Dushmanta? Okay. So Rantinava is the, anyway, we'll just start with Dushmanta Maharaj. So Dushmanta Maharaj once went to the forest to hunt, and there he came upon the ashram. He was tired and fatigued. He came to the ashram of Kanvamuni. Kanvamuni was not there, but Shakuntala was there, and she was a celestial personality because her mother was Apsara, father was Vishwamitra Muni. So King Dushmanta, when he came to the ashram, he was wonderstruck by the beauty of Shakuntala, and he asked her, accompanied by some of his soldiers, he went to her and he asked her what her name was, or who she was, who her father was, and why, what she was doing in the forest, why was she there in the ashram, like that. And then also he said that why he's asking who her father is, because his heart was getting attracted to her, and his mind was getting attracted to her, and his mind would never do anything which was irreligious. So if his mind is getting attracted to her, means his union with or marriage with Shakuntala would not be against religious principles. So what is that? She will also have some Kshatriya connection. She will be the daughter of a Kshatriya. That's why his heart is getting attracted to her. So he asked, "Who is your father?" That was the purpose. So then she said that her mother was Menaka, father was Vishwamitra, and then she was raised by Kanvamuni. Kanvamuni would know all the details. And so we discussed, I think, a little bit about Vishwamitra Muni, that Vishwamitra Muni wanted to become a Brahmarshi, so he did tapasya. And why he wanted to become a Brahmarshi? Uh, Basically, he wanted to be better than Vashishta Muni, right? He wanted to actually take revenge, because Vashishta Muni had this cow, Kamadhenu cow, and actually, Vishwamitra Muni had 100 sons. All his sons were killed when he wanted to. So basically, by force, he was taking away the cow. And then Vashishta Muni told the cow that I'm helpless, right? You'll have to protect yourself, because she was praying, the cow was praying. Okay, by the way, this whole episode is given in Ramayana. So this story of Shakuntala is told by Vishwamitra Muni to Lord Ramchandra when they go to Mithila. Vishwamitra Muni is going with Lord Ramchandra and Lakshman to Mithila to attend the Swayamvara of Sita Devi. So at that time, coming to Mithila, Vishwamitra Muni tells the story of Mithila, why it is called Mithila. So we read that also about King Nimi. So that episode comes, but the details are given in Ramayana basically. And here briefly it is mentioned in Bhagavatam. So Shakuntala. Yeah. So Vishwamitra Muni was performing austerities. Why he was performing austerities? In order to become a Brahmarshi. So when he was taking that cow away from Vashishta Muni, what happened was um, the cow didn't want to go, right? She wanted to be with Vashishta Muni. And Vashishta Muni said, you know, you'll have to protect yourself. I'm not able to protect you. I don't want you to go, but the king is taking you away by force. So then from her udder, she produced so many different types of weapons, right? Soldiers who came and fought with all the soldiers of Vishwamitra Muni and killed them, killed even the sons, 100 sons of Vishwamitra Muni. So Vishwamitra Muni, of course, he was not Vishwamitra Muni yet. He was a Kshatriya king. And then he was amazed, and then he thought, I will become a Brahmana. Then I'll be able to defeat. I will have the power like Vashishta Muni. That's how he starts performing tapasya. And then when he performs tapasya, he's very strict. So the demigods Lord Indra becomes nervous. Oh, if he succeeds in his tapasya, he'll take my position. So therefore he sent Menaka, Apsara. And then Vishwamitra Muni hears the ankle bells of Menaka while performing tapasya. And by hearing the ankle bells, he opened his eyes and he saw Menaka. And he was also wonderstruck. My God, she's so beautiful. She was an Apsara. So then he actually approached her and he asked her, will you marry me? And then she said, of course. So it is said that they were together married and they were living together for 10 years. And then Menaka had a daughter, that beautiful daughter. After the daughter was born, then Vishwamitra Muni realized how he was actually performing tapasya to become a Brahmarshi, and this Menaka's coming was just a distraction. And then Menaka, of course, was worried that Vishwamitra Muni, will be angry with her that she came to disturb his tapasya. So Vishwamitra Muni said, no, it's not your fault. So he just, of course, he felt frustrated in his, disgusted, right? Frustrated in his yogic practices, austerities, tapasya. So he just left. He left the baby, he left Menaka. Menaka also left because her purpose was to distract Vishwamitra Muni so that Indra wouldn't feel threatened. So once she did that, she left. So the little baby was there with no father or mother. Then some vultures raised that baby. That's why her name is Shakuntala. Shakuntala means one who is raised by the vultures. And then Kanvamuni, seeing her, brought her to his ashram. And, he raised, he gave shelter to this beautiful girl. Like that. So that's how she ended up in Kanvamuni's ashram. So now when Dushmanta came, saw Shakuntala and asked her who her father was, then she said how her father was Vishwamitra Muni. So how did she know that her father is Vishwamitra Muni? And Kanva Muni told her, because she was a little baby, right? How would she know? Kanva Muni told her like that. So see, he said, Dushmanta Maharaj said, it appears to my mind that you must be the daughter of a Kshatriya, right? Because I belong to the Puru dynasty, my mind never endeavors to enjoy anything irreligiously. So that's when Shakuntala said, I am the daughter of Vishwamitra, my mother Menaka left me in the forest. O hero, the most powerful saint Kanvamuni knows all about this. Now let me know, how may I serve you? What can I do for you? So now, text 14. Who is supposed to read today? You remember? Skipped a day in between.
I was the last one.
Okay, Sonia Mataji read last. So next would be Usha Mataji or Medha, Lokesh. They're not here. So next will be Nilambari Radha Mataji. Actually, yeah, Nilambari Radha Mataji and then Narsimalela Chaitanya Prabhu Suran. I'll read the Sanskrit. Asyatam hyara vindaksha grihyatam arhanam chanaha भुज्यतां सन्ति निवारा उष्यतां यदि रोचते. Yes, Mataji.
Translation. O king with eyes like the petals of a lotus, kindly come sit down and accept whatever reception we can offer. We have a supply of Nivara rice that you may kindly take. And if you so desire, stay here without hesitation. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
thank you. So, Dushmanta Maharaj also said, right, oh, beautiful lady, like that. I guess it's just, I think it's like, how do you say? Uh, to glorify, to appreciate someone, it's courtesy, maybe. I don't know. Or it can certainly mean here that, of course, from his side, he was certainly attracted to her, right? So he says, oh, most beautiful one, right? He even said that, my mind never endeavors to enjoy anything irreligiously, means he's actually proposing to her. You must be the daughter of a Kshatriya, and my mind, that means my mind is going towards you. He already said that, right? That I'm attracted to you, like that. And then how does Shakuntala respond? She's also saying, O king with eyes like the petals of a lotus. So obviously she's also attracted to him, that he's so handsome, O king with eyes like the petals of a lotus. And she said, uh, how can I serve you? Right? Please come, sit down, and I'll offer whatever refreshments I can offer, I will offer you. And we have Nivara rice. I don't know what is Nivara rice. You may kindly take, right? This is what we have. You can take that. And you can even stay here without hesitation if you so desire. Yes, Mataji, Aditi Lata Mataji, you're saying something?
Yes, Mataji, we read, right, that if you cannot, if a guest comes, if you cannot offer anything, at least offer sweet words. So
Yeah,
probably that's why.
yeah, of course. That's there too. Hospitality, especially. He's the king. And Bharat Maharaj is no ordinary king. He was the emperor. In fact, the Srila Prabhupada says this. Actually, yeah, because there's was some one idea that the the planet Earth got the name Bharat from Bharat Maharaj. This Bharat, so Dushmanta's son, King Dushmanta's son is Bharata. So and of course his descendant. So this is the Moon dynasty. So in this line the Pandavas also come. But Srila Prabhupada said actually Rishabdev's son Bharat, about whom we read, Bharat Maharaj who became a deer, is after him that uh, the world gets the name Bharat. But anyway, Dushmanta. So I was just saying that Dushmanta is also a very powerful king, right? A very a descendant of King Puru, a very qualified king. So Shakuntala was also so he has come. So if the just like when Parikshit Maharaj went, and it was expected, right, that the sage would offer him some hospitality and some water to drink, and so like that. So Shakuntala offered, please, accept whatever refreshments we have, and you can even stay here, right, to be relieved from your fatigue. You can stay for, as long as you like, as long as you need to stay, you can stay without any hesitation, like that. Yeah, it can be, hospitality. But also she says, oh, king with eyes like lotus petals. That can also be just a glorification, of the king, but it can also mean that she got attracted to him. Okay, text 15. Especially for a young girl, young lady to say that, right? Sri Dushmanta Uvacha Upapannam idam Subhru Jataya Kushikanvaye Swayam hi Vrinute Ragyam Kanyaka Sadrisham Varam. Yes, Suhrid Spurti Prabhuji Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Translation.
King Dushmanta replied, O Shakuntala, with beautiful eyebrows you have taken your birth in the family of the great saint Vishwamitra, and your reception is quite worthy of your family. Aside from this, the daughters of a king generally select their own husbands.
King Dushmanta replied. So Shakuntala said, please take some refreshments, right? And King Dushmanta comes right to the point, right? O Shakuntala with beautiful eyebrows, you have taken your birth in the family of the great saint Vishwamitra. That means you are from a Kshatriya dynasty. Vishwamitra Muni was a Kshatriya, and then he became a sage, Rishi. So your birth is in the family of the great saint Vishwamitra, and your reception is quite worthy of your family. The way you're receiving me, a guest, your culture, right? The way you are actually conducting yourself and offering hospitality, it's quite worthy of your family. This shows your behavior, talks about your high lineage. You're coming from such a high family. Aside from this, the daughters of a king generally select their own husbands. So that means, again, Kshatriya, we always see, right? Draupadi had a Swayamvara, Sita Devi had a Swayamvar. So especially qualified princesses. I mean, all Kshatriyas actually, they have Swayamvaras, but they actually put a contest, right? Uh, if the princess is especially qualified, and if you expect that many princes and kings would want her hand in marriage, then in order to select the best person, they arrange for a match, right? Like a contest. And whoever wins will get the hand of the bride. But otherwise, normally, the bride gets to choose who she wants to marry. So King Dushmanta is telling Shakuntala that you are the daughter of a Kshatriya because you are Vishwamitra Muni's daughter. So from your hospitality, I can understand you are from a very great family, Kshatriya family. But also because you are from a Kshatriya family, you have the right to choose your husband, right? When she said that, oh lotus, oh king with eyes like lotus, oh, that means you're also attracted. Because you're the daughter of a Kshatriya, you have a right to choose your own husband. If you like me, you have that freedom, right? You can marry me because you are the daughter of a Kshatriya. Purport. Okay, so Suraj, anyone else is there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Spurti.
In her reception of Maharaj Dushmanta, Shakuntala clearly said, Your Majesty may stay here and you may accept whatever reception I can offer. Thus she indicated that she wanted Maharaj Dushmanta as her husband. As far as Maharaj Dushmanta was concerned, he desired Shakuntala as his wife from the very beginning. As soon as he saw her, so the agreement to unite as a husband and wife was natural. To induce Shakuntala to accept the marriage, Maharaj Dushmanta reminded her that as the daughter of a king, she could select her husband in an open assembly. In the history of Aryan civilization, there have been many instances in which famous princesses have selected their husband in open competitions. For example, it was in such a competition that Sita Devi accepted Lord Ramachandra as her husband and that Draupadi accepted Arjuna. And there are many other instances, so marriage by agreement or selecting by one's
By
own
selecting,
by selecting one's own husband in an open competition is allowed. There are 8 kinds of marriage, of which marriage by agreement is called
Gandharva.
Gandharva marriage. Generally, the parents select the husbands or wife for their daughter or son. But Gandharva marriage takes place by personal selection. Still, although marriage by personal selection or by agreement took place in past, takes by we find no such thing as divorce by disagreement. Of course, divorce is disagreement took place among low-class men, but marriage by agreement was found even in the highest classes, especially in the royal Kshatriya families. Maharaj Dushmanta
Acceptance.
acceptance of Shakuntala as his wife was sanctioned by Vedic culture. How the marriage took place is described in the next verse. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. You read very nicely. A long purport.
Thank you, Mati.
I remember when we first used to read, I would read each word and you would repeat after me. Now you're reading the whole purport by yourself. Very nice.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mati.
Hare Krishna. So King Dushmanta replied, O Shakuntala, uh, you can actually choose your own husband because you're the daughter of a Kshatriya. Why King Dushmanta said this? Srila Prabhupada is explaining that first of all, King Dushmanta himself was attracted. He wanted to marry Shakuntala. The moment he saw her, she was, he was naturally, his mind was going after her. That's why he asked her, what's your, who's your father? Why is my mind getting attracted to you? If you're not the daughter of a Kshatriya, my mind would not get attracted. So he wanted to marry Shakuntala the very first time he saw her. But he could also see that Shakuntala also wanted to marry him. When she offered reception and she said, so it's not just, hospitality. She actually wanted her as her husband, Srila Prabhupada is saying. So she said, you can accept whatever, I may have to offer, right? Reception. So then Srila Prabhupada is saying that means she also wanted to marry. So now Dushmanta, but she's after all a girl, right? They're not going to propose, I guess. But Devyani did. Devyani did propose to King Yayati. But Dushmanta Maharaj felt that he wanted to encourage her, right? He could see that she also wanted to marry him. So he wanted to encourage her or to induce her, right? To go ahead with what she's desiring, right? It's okay. So he said that because you are the daughter of a Kshatriya, you have the right to choose your husband. You can actually do that, like that. Then Srila Prabhupada goes on to explain how there are different types of marriages. These are marriages which are approved in Shastra. So, of course, the normal way is the father and mother would find first, even before the bride and bridegroom see each other or know about each other, father and mother make all arrangements We see this in the case of Devahuti. Devahuti's parents are Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa. So when they saw that Devahuti was of marriageable age, they practically went all over the universe looking for a suitable husband, and finally they come to Kardama Muni, like that. That's the system normally. But there are also other types of marriages. One type of marriage is called Rakshasa Vivaha. So Rakshasa Vivaha means this the groom, bridegroom, the boy, he will come and forcibly carry away the girl and he will marry her by force. This is also approved. Not only is it approved, it's considered to be a very high class type of marriage because, and Kshatriyas, this happens in the Kshatriyas, because for somebody to be able to do that, to carry away, he must be really powerful and chivalrous, right? So Rakshasa Vivaha is a, you know, the bridegroom takes pride in that type of Vivaha. So in Krishna Leela, we will see Samba, right? Uh, he took away Lakshmana, Duryodhan's daughter. And of course, Arjun takes away Subhadra, Maharani. Krishna takes away Rukmini, like that, right? So taking away by force. Of course, Rukmini Devi is not by force. She wanted Krishna to take away. But it appeared to everyone else that, Lord Krishna came and just took her away like that. That's one type of marriage, Rakshasa Vivaha, which is approved. But there's another type of Vivaha which we are seeing. Prabhupada said there are 8 types of marriages. All 8 types are not mentioned here. But one of them is Gandharva Vivaha. Gandharva Vivaha means, like, Gandharvas, you don't see Gandharvas, right? They're celestial beings, so you don't see them. So like that. Gandharva Vivaha means you just you accept the witness of the sun, the demigods, the directions as witnesses. And then the husband and wife, or the boy and girl, mutual by mutual liking, they decide that from today onwards you are my husband and you are my wife. In Kali Yuga, you shouldn't do this. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not quoting from Shastra, but just in the present day, this can lead to, because people are not of such high, character, isn't it? They can actually exploit uh, taking advantage of this, Gandharva Vivah system. They can actually start exploiting, just enjoy with someone, saying that, oh, now we are married. Just both boy and girl, they agree, right? Now you like me, I like you. So now from today onwards, we are husband and wife. And they start living together, not telling anyone, and then after some time, just leave and go because there's no proof. So many things can happen. That's not good. But actually, this is a bona fide type of marriage. Gandharva Vivaha is allowed. So, Dushmanta, King Dushmanta and Shakuntala, they actually get married by this Gandharva marriage system. Because King Dushmanta likes Shakuntala, Shakuntala also liked Dushmanta Maharaj. She actually accepted him as her husband. So they actually get married like this. There's no one else, like no other human beings, no witnesses. Kanvamuni was not there, nobody else. Maybe the soldiers, but yeah, they married. One thing Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport is, uh, amongst high class people, marriage took place like this by agreement, right? Like you agree and I agree, and we just get married, no other witness. By agreement, marriage took place in high class, in the upper classes. Like upper class, why? Kshatriya, Dvija, right? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, they're Dvijas. So especially Brahmanas are high class, top class, and the next is Kshatriyas. So in Kshatriyas, this Gandharva Vivaha happened. So in the upper classes, Gandharva Vivaha happened, or marriage by agreement did happen. But still, there was no divorce by disagreement. Although there was marriage by agreement, there was no divorce by disagreement. It's not that, oh, we get married and after some time, that's exactly what I was saying about now, right? If people may take advantage of this Gandharva Vivaha, let's enjoy together, and then afterwards just leave and go away. Now that's not according to Gandharva Vivaha. Gandharva Vivaha means you're married, and marriage means it's for life, unless the husband takes sannyas. Even then, husband has taken sannyas, you're not living with your husband, but you're still known as the wife of so and so, right? You're still known as the wife.
Mataji, there was no divorce because one person could marry so many wives, girls. So that's why if they don't like, they wouldn't care, but they would marry another. But here the divorce is because there is only one marriage is legal.
What about wife then? If she doesn't like her husband, she should leave and go, or she should marry others.
Wife cannot do that, but men could, right?
Yeah, men could, wife cannot do that. That's true. But you're saying the reason divorce was not there is because man could marry other wives. But I'm saying, what if the wife is not satisfied? Then she can file for divorce also, right? Then why there is no divorce from the woman's side?
Yeah. Because it's accepted that women is acceptance level of women is much higher than men, right?
Faithful,
So
yeah. They live by that dharma, basically. That's
yeah,
what it is.
yeah, that's it. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mataji.
sure. So, divorce is not there. It's not there in the system at all. Like you have Vivaha Samskara, there is no divorce Samskara, never ever mentioned anywhere in Shastra. There is no divorce. Uh, Once man made laws come into existence, uh, it's just, there's no limit to it. I told you a few days ago, because now you let your mind lead you, right? Some days ago, I told you how, uh, like they feel like human beings should be given the right to become dogs if they want to, they feel like now I'm a dog, so they should be given that freedom. And they have these movements going on in, some countries where they are marching and going on strikes that they should be given the right to live as a dog. Because, and as soon as you say you are a dog, that means you can do anything, right? Because dogs don't have rules and regulations, and restrictions are not there. So that the mind can take you, like once you start following your mind, you can go to any extent. There is no shastra guiding your life. Recently, just couple of days ago, His Holiness Devamrita Maharaj gave class in Mayapur. And Maharaj was asking, now there's a new law in America that you can have open marriages. And then he asked, does any of you know what is open marriage? I didn't know. And I don't think most people knew there in the temple. And then, do any of you know what's open marriage? No, you also don't know. Nice. So open marriage means just like this agreement. Husband and wife, a girl and boy, they come, or man and woman, they decide to get married by agreement. But the agreement is, open marriage means the man gives permission to his wife, and the wife also gives permission to her husband that they can have as many extramarital relationships as they want, and the wife will not interfere. And similarly, what the wife can have as many extramarital relationships, husband will not interfere. But they are getting married with this agreement. This is called open marriage. So this is like actually legalized, right? You can have open marriages now. So what is the whole purpose of marriage? I don't know. So the thing is, there is no limit to degradation. To what extent one can fall, there is no limit. Man-made laws. Because you try to solve one problem, you come up with a solution, but the solution creates more problems. Your mind is, our senses are defective, right? There are defects. So with such defective senses and mind and intelligence, whatever plans you make, they will also have defects. They won't be perfect. The best way is to follow the path which is given in the Shastra, because Shastra has no defects. Shastra has no defects. So therefore, Shastra does not give any license for divorce. Although there is marriage by agreement, there is no divorce by disagreement. That's the point Srila Prabhupada is making. Marriage by agreement is there. But just because once you're married, it doesn't matter how you get married. You get married through agreement, Gandharva Vivaha, or through parents arranging, or Rakshasa, any type of marriage. Once married means you're married for life. You're married for life. Yes, it's a different thing that men can marry, especially Kshatriya men. They are given that freedom to marry more than one wife. They can have several wives. But that doesn't mean he'll neglect the previous wives and now. No, he will provide for that all wives that he has. He provides for them nicely. They will have their homes and servants and children and everything. He should provide. So he can marry only when he has such capacity to maintain. And they had such capacity, Kshatriyas. So they would marry. So even if they married, they would still maintain all of them nicely. So there's no divorce. So what happened here? Dushmanta Maharaj is encouraging Shakuntala that she can select her husband, right? Maharaj Dushmanta's acceptance of Shakuntala as his wife was sanctioned by Vedic culture. How the marriage took place is described in the next verse. Okay. So Maharaj Dushmanta, in this verse we read, he is encouraging Shakuntala to choose her husband. Om ityukte yatha dharmam upayeme Shakuntalam Gandharva vidhina raja desha kala vidhanavid. Okay. So Suhridan Spurti read. Mataji and Prabhuji are there.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Danvat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
When Shakuntala responded to Maharaj Dushmanta's proposal with silence, the agreement was complete. Then the king, who knew the laws of marriage, immediately married her by chanting Vedic pranava in accordance with the marriage ceremony as performed among the Gandhar.
Yes. So Dushmanta Maharaj was conversant with the Gandharva system of marriage. Gandharva system doesn't mean that, yes, of course, first of all, you have to agree, but there's a procedure for that also. It's a marriage. It's an actual marriage. It's a ceremony. The only thing is you don't have a priest, you don't have, your parents and witnesses, all that is not there. But nevertheless, it's also a procedure. It's a procedure. And Dushmanta Maharaj was aware, he was conversant with the procedure. But first of all, before doing that, he has to know whether Shakun, of course, he wanted to marry her, but did she also want to marry? Then, from her indications, he could understand. Yes, she also wanted to. So he actually said, "Yes, you should choose your husband." And then, silence indicates acceptance, isn't it? If you're silent, means maunam means ardha angikaram, it is said, right? That means you're actually saying yes. So when Dushmanta Maharaj asked Shakuntala, you're the daughter of a Kshatriya, you know that you have the right to choose your husband. So then she just kept quiet, she smiled. So he could understand that she's actually accepting him as her husband. So then he went ahead with the Gandharva system of marriage. What did he do? When Shakuntala responded to Maharaj Dushmanta's proposal with silence, the agreement was complete. That's all, right? So, agreement, how do you know that she agreed? She probably smiled, right? She didn't say anything, but she was silent. So, with that, she said yes, right? Her silence was her yes. So, the agreement was complete. So, he proposed and she was silent. She didn't, oppose or deny. She was silent. So, that means she also agreed. And the agreement was complete that both of them have decided that now we will get married. And the king, who knew the laws of marriage, immediately married her by chanting the Vedic pranava, Omkara. Right. So, it's a Vedic marriage. So the king chanted Omkara, Om, like that, in accordance with the marriage ceremony as performed among the Gandharvas. The Prabhupada gives more insight into this purport. Prabhuji is there?
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Omkara, Pranava, Supreme Personality of Godhead, represented by letters. Bhagavad Gita says that the letters A in combined Om,
Yeah.
Om combined together as Om represent the Supreme Lord. Religious people are meant blessings and mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna says in Bhagavad that he is personally present all desires that are not contrary. The word vidhina means, according to the religious belief, the association of different according to the allowed in Vedic culture. In our Krishna consciousness, allow marriage on the basis of religious principles. But the sexual combination of men and men as friends is irreligious and is not allowed. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. So, Gandharva Vivaha is actually a Vedic marriage. And Vedic marriage, according to religious principles, is allowed. There's nothing wrong with that. So, even Gandharva Vivaha, if it is actually done according to, with obedience to the religious principles, then Krishna is saying, Kamosmi, Dharma Viruddho Bhuteshu Kamosmi, Bharatarshava. Right? That which is not against the religious principles, that type of lust is me, Krishna saying. That means within following religious principles. And what are religious principles? First of all, you have to get married. And even after marriage, you unite in order to produce children who will be raised in Krishna consciousness. And there are samskaras to be followed. So when all this is done, then even Krishna is saying that the act of sex is also Krishna himself, if you actually do it according to religious principles, not for sense gratification, but according to religious principles. Then Krishna says, that's me. So even the marriage, when it is done according to religious principles, even Gandharva Vivaha, then that is not, that is That is not illicit sex, basically. That's the point. When it is done according to religious principles, it's not illicit sex. Now, hearing about this Gandharva Vivaha, now if you say any, man and woman, they decide amongst themselves, I like you, you like me, so now let's start living together, let's start enjoying. So we say that's also Gandharva Vivaha? No, it is not. That's the point Srila Prabhupada is making in the purport. So, vidhina means according to vidhi, according to religious principles. So, Dushmanta Maharaj actually married Shakuntala according to religious principles. Association of men and women according to religious principles is allowed. But sexual combination of men and women as friends is irreligious. It's irreligious. That's the point. So we should not get confused between Gandharva Vivaha and illicit sex. We'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. So the last person to read was Prabhuji Narsimhalila Chaitanya Prabhu. Nilambari Radha Mataji also read. So tomorrow Priyanka Haripriya Mataji will begin. Okay. Let me also read Bhagavad Gita and Leela Amrita and we will end. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 1, text 31. Please repeat. Nacha Shreyo Pashyami Hatva Swajanam Ahave Nakankshe Vijayam Krishna Nacha Rajyam Sukhanicha. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle. Nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Yes. So we saw that when Arjun saw his friends and relatives on the other side, his moha, illusion, and shoka, lamentation, began, right? They manifested. So then out of that, because of what is that illusion? Oh, these are my people. They're all my people. How can I kill them? That is moha. And then lamentation, feeling sorry that they will all die, right? Then I will have to bear their separation and feeling sorry that they'll all die for them, feeling sorry for them, like that. So now Arjun's, you will see how from his various statements, you will see the extent of his illusion, to what extent he's getting illusion. So I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle. So when you hear only these statements, it appears like, oh, it's true, right? How kind is Arjun like that? So that is why you need a guru who can cut through your illusion. Right? We need a guru who can cut through our illusion. Otherwise, if we are simply listening to our minds, we think, oh, it's all right, isn't it? It's all right. Only when you hear from the other side, then you can think, oh, this is not the way to think. That's also one way to think. And in fact, that's the right way to think. So at first, Arjun is saying, they are my people. How can I kill my own people? Right? My sons, how can I kill my sons? How can I kill my brothers? My uncles, how? My grandfathers. And by killing my own people, how can I become happy? How can it be auspicious for me to kill my own people? Right? All very good arguments. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna. And you're saying, no, after you kill them, you'll get a big kingdom. What's the use of that kingdom and victory? I won't be able to enjoy all that. Constantly these things will remind me how after killing all my men I got this. How I'll be able to enjoy that? I don't want the kingdom. I don't want opulence. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsman in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Without knowing that one's self interest is in Vishnu or Krishna, conditioned souls are attracted by bodily relationships, hoping to be happy in such situations. In such a blind conception of life, they forget even the causes of material happiness. What causes material happiness? Arjuna appears to have even forgotten the moral codes of a Kshatriya. If you do your dharma, then you will get happiness. But Arjun forgot even the moral codes for a Kshatriya. It is said that two kinds of men, namely the Kshatriya who dies directly in front of the battlefield under Krishna's personal orders, right? So the battle is being fought under Krishna's order and Krishna is personally present there. So anyone who dies like that, fighting while fighting, and also the person in the renounced order of life who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture, are eligible to enter into the sun globe, which is so powerful and dazzling. Who are the two people? One person is one who, while fighting a battle, he gives up his body while fighting, right? He takes the arrows on his chest, not on his back. While fighting chivalrously, he gets killed in the battle. Which battle? That battle which is sanctioned by Krishna and where Krishna is personally present. In such a battlefield, while fighting, if somebody dies, what is his destination? He'll go to the sun planet. He'll go to the sun planet. So, and the other person is one who takes sannyas. He also goes to the sun planet. Okay? That means going to the sun globe is not a cheap thing, right? Uh, yeah. The person in the renounced order of life who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture, he's also eligible. And someone who dies while fighting on the battlefield, he's also eligible to go to the sun globe. Arjun is reluctant even to kill his enemies, let alone his relatives. He thinks that by killing his kinsmen, there would be no happiness in his life. And therefore, he is not willing to fight. Just as a person who does not feel hunger is not inclined to cook, right? So, if I cannot enjoy the kingdom after I win this battle, then why should I even bother to fight? I don't have anything to expect. After the battle, I will have the impetus to fight if I'm looking forward to victory. And then with that victory, I'll get a kingdom and I'll enjoy. If I'm not interested in the result, then why should I even work? That means Arjun didn't come to Nishkam Karma Yoga platform yet, right? Because in Nishkam Karma, you work, but you don't take the result, right? But here, Arjun is not saying that. Arjun is saying that if I'm going to, if I know that I'm not going to become happy after this battle, why should I even bother to fight now? Just like someone who's not hungry is not inclined to cook. He has now decided to go into the forest and live a secluded life in frustration. But as a Kshatriya, he requires a kingdom for his subsistence. Kshatriya will only do Kshatriya's duties. And Kshatriya's duty, for him to do Kshatriya duties, he needs some land on which he can rule. because the Kshatriyas cannot engage themselves in any other occupation. But Arjun has no kingdom. Arjun's sole opportunity for gaining a kingdom lies in fighting with his cousins and brothers and reclaiming the kingdom inherited from his father, which he does not like to do. Arjun's sole opportunity for gaining now he's a Kshatriya. For a Kshatriya to carry out his duties, he will need land or a kingdom. And Arjun has no kingdom now. And his only opportunity of gaining a kingdom is this battle. And in this battle, he has to fight with his family members and so on and so forth. This is his sole opportunity, the only opportunity of gaining a kingdom. What is that opportunity? He has to fight with his brothers and cousins and then defeat them and reclaim the kingdom inherited from his father. By the way, the kingdom which he's going to get, it is not someone else's property. His father was ruling. Pandu Maharaj, it was Pandu Maharaj's. But now Arjun says, no, I don't want that kingdom. I don't want to fight. I don't want that kingdom. Therefore, he considers himself fit to go to the forest to live in a secluded life, to live a secluded life of frustration. So he thinks, oh, okay, I'm a Kshatriya and I can only rule. I don't know anything else. So then if I don't fight, what will I do? I'll just go to the forest. I'll live like a sadhu. So we'll read that further the next class. Okay, I'll read one paragraph of Leelamrita. Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita. Continuation. Srila Prabhupada is in Bauri now. Often he would refer to a scriptural statement that people lived in three different modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Life in the forest is in the mode of goodness. Vrindavana, one, forest. Life in the forest is in the mode of goodness. Life in the city is in passion. And life in a degraded place like a liquor shop, a brothel, or the Bowery is in the mode of ignorance. But to live in a temple of Vishnu, is it in goodness? No. Is to live in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, which is transcendental to all three material modes. And this Bowery loft where Prabhupada was holding his meetings and performing kirtan was also transcendental because Prabhupada is there, he is rendering devotional service. When he was behind the partition, working in his corner before the open pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, that room was as good as his room back at the Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. So even though Srila Prabhupada is in Bowery, and the Bowery is said to be in the mode of ignorance, but the Bowery became like a temple, right? Because of Srila Prabhupada's presence and his services. So he would hold meetings, he would perform kirtans, and then he would also give classes. When Srila Prabhupada is sitting and doing his translation, then that place turns into the Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. We'll stop there. This is the vision of a pure devotee. There is no material world for the pure devotee. There's only the spiritual world wherever the devotee goes. So even he is in Bowery, and Bowery brothel and the liquor shop. Just earlier it is said they are all in the mode of ignorance. But when Srila Prabhupada sits there to do his translation, even that room in Bowery turns into Vaikuntha. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So we will end here. Thank you all, dear devotees. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. I will meet you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Mataji, Hare